Milton, can I seek asylum in Cyprus? My answer is always very straight to the point. Bro, I think this is something you need to sit down and think about it, all right? I always give this answer whenever I receive a question like this from a follower or a subscriber. Now, a lot of followers, especially my followers in North Cyprus, or let me say a lot of international students, always want to seek asylum in southern Cyprus. If you didn't know, Cyprus is of two. We have the North Cyprus and we have South Cyprus. But my answer to them is always look very well to know what you are going to do. Look very well to know what your future ambitions are, so that before you make that decision, you will not blame anybody. Now, today's video, I'm going to be talking about the process of asylum seeking, or the process of asylum in South Cyprus. Guys, like I said, if you are moving to South Cyprus to seek asylum, you should understand the meaning of asylum and know what it takes to be an asylum seeker. Remember, asylum seeker is not a refugee. You would seek asylum, then when you get papers to live in that country as a refugee, that is when you will be termed a refugee, or maybe have equal rights with the citizen of that particular country. But until then, you are an asylum seeker. Now, first, before we begin, what is asylum, or who is an asylum seeker? An asylum seeker is somebody who runs away from his or her own birth country because he has challenges or is facing some problems or facing some issues which are political, which are religious, or maybe violating his or her human rights ability. This is an asylum seeker. So most of the times you seek asylum in a foreign country, it means that you are running away for the foreign country to accommodate you and of course give you shelter and protect your life. All right, that is the meaning in due terms. Now, if you are going to South Cyprus to seek asylum, you should understand that South Cyprus is just a small country. And how does the process of asylum seeking, or the process of asylum, works in South Cyprus? First of all, you have to move to South Cyprus before you think of seeking asylum. I have videos on this YouTube channel where I talked about asylum in Austria, asylum in Luxembourg, and I always emphasize on this. You must move to the country in which you want to seek asylum before you seek asylum in that particular country, guys. So pay attention to this. It is very important. Now, in South Cyprus, you are going to be going to Punarakam. All right, Punarakam is located in Nicosia. When you move to South Cyprus, you are going to go to Punarakam. All right, tell them you want to seek asylum. They are going to take your passport and some other documentations from you. If they need any other thing, they are going to inform you. This is information you need to know before you move to North Cyprus, because I know most of you are like, Milton, I cannot cope anymore. It's better I go to South Cyprus and seek asylum. In that case, I cannot decide for you, but I always say, look at what you plan to do in future. Look at some of the things you want to do with your life and see if seeking asylum in South Cyprus is always the best. If you ask me, I will recommend go to Canada and seek asylum, but I can never recommend South Cyprus. However, you need to know the entire procedure so that before you carry out your own, you should know that this is what you need. Now, at Punarakam, when your registration is done, you would be given a place, or maybe let's say a blanket, for you to look for somewhere and lay your head and of course cover your body. And these things are going to be given to you only after the registration has been done. All right, after the registration is done, you need to equally get your food card, because of course an asylum seeker, like I told you, they are covering you, they are protecting you, they want to give you shelter because they believe you are running away from problems, being it political, religious, or others. All right, so they need to feed you. Therefore, after the registration at Punarakam in Nicosia, you now need to get your food card. With your food card, you are going to take free meals, breakfast, lunch, supper, and of course, they are going to be free. Then after that, you get the food card, because this is a step-by-step process. After the food card, you are going to go in for tests. All right, most of these tests, they are going to do some blood tests and so many other tests which I cannot mention here. But remember, if you are found positive of any of those tests that will be carried out on you, of course they will take you to the hospital and they will treat you, okay? If they are not able to treat you, of course, you are going to return to your home country. You have to put this into consideration. But if they treat you, they are treating you because they want to treat you and integrate you with other asylum seekers. And remember, when they treat you, that is only when you are going to come back to the camp. And it depends on the time frame you would be in the camp. That is when you are going to get your documents. First, you need to live in the camp for a certain period, maybe 2 months, I don't know. But after you finish your mandate in the camp, you will now move out of the camp. And of course, before you even move out of the camp, the United Nations need to guide you, tell you, gives you some basic lectures on what asylum seekers need to know. All right, because there are some things about human right violation. They will also lecture you about things that are related to human right so that you know. All right, all these things before. Remember, all these stages you have to go through interviews, but the last interview is going to be after you are out of the camp. Maybe it's going to take a longer time. All right, the last interview before, after they give you some time, you are going to do an interview. Then when you move out, but remember, before you move out, you are moving out to look for where you are going to be staying. And for you to get where you are going to be staying, you need to collect some certain documents. All right, you will be given an alien book. And of course, there is another one called the labor card. An alien book is for you to look for a job. This booklet is a booklet to show that you are now in that particular country. And with that book, you are going to look for a job. If you don't have that book, it may be pretty difficult for you to get a job in South Cyprus. Now, the labor card is a card that is going to collect all your benefits. That particular card is going to help you get all your benefits. But first, when you move out of the camp, the alien book, they are going to give you, you may be out for maybe 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, maybe 1 year, or even more, all right, before they will be thinking on how you are going to come back, because you have to move out, all right, maybe secure a job. They will give you some time. Then you look for a lawyer and bring. All right. But remember, if the time they give you elapses, you are going to be sent back. You risk being sent back. So you have to put in all this information, all right, so that you don't have issues at the level of the, like I said, the labor card is going to help you get your benefits. But remember, you are going to take that labor card to the social welfare. They are the one, benefits are enormous, maybe food benefits, clothing benefits, accommodation, but even the accommodation, you are going to be the one to pay for it. All right. That is why asylum is a lot. Though they are going to be giving, like I told you, there are benefits, right? They are going to give you food, they are going to give you money, and so many other benefits, maybe health insurance. But you have to understand that it is not going to be like maybe in the United States, in the Denmark, in the Germany, or in other countries. So put this at the back of your mind. And when you are leaving the camp, please, when you are leaving the camp, you need to equally understand that there are non-governmental organizations, NGO, you need to join so that they can always help you to get your benefits, all right, using the labor card. Please, it is very important. Try to join some of these organizations. If you try to fake your passport because you want to leave South Cyprus to Europe, you will be caught, and immediately they catch you, they will send you back to your home country. Understand this and understand it perfectly well. All right, it is very tricky and very difficult to try to fake a passport. Of course, people have been caught many times at the Larnaca airport trying to flee South Cyprus with other people's passport. Some even fake visas to flee South Cyprus because they are not comfortable. I understand, but that is why I said decision making is very important in situations like this. So don't fall a victim. Ignorance before the law is never an excuse. So you have to know this. Now, leaving the camp, remember you have an alien book and of course the labor card. One is used to get your benefits and one is used to get your job. But you must give them the location of where you are going to be staying. They need to know all those details. And remember, apartments in South Cyprus will cost you at least 200, 250, 300, maybe 350 euros a month. And these apartments you are going to share with people. If you are not going to be sharing with people, it is more than expensive. You will not be able to pay. Maybe you are a rich asylum seeker. You never can tell. There are very wealthy people seeking asylum as well. So it all depends on backgrounds and where we are coming from. Understand that the apartments for 200 euros, 300, maybe 250, all right, are shared apartments. And when you are doing the payment, all right, you have to share with people. when you are doing these payments for the apartments, you have to do maybe one rent and one deposit. All right, it's the same situation in North Cyprus. For those of you who pass through North Cyprus to South Cyprus, even right now in North Cyprus, it is not even one rent. All right, when you are paying apartments now as a new student in North Cyprus, you have to pay for maybe 6 months rent. Some landlords will take 4 months, all right, before they even give you an apartment, and you are paying a rent and a deposit. Even in North Cyprus, some landlords will take maybe 2 rents, 2 deposits, 4 rents, 2 deposits. Some new apartments don't take less than 2 deposits. All right, so if your apartment is £350, you have to pay 350 times 8 in case you are paying 6 months rent. So it becomes very difficult and delicate for students who don't have rich parents. All right, guys. So this is how you need to know, but the situation in South Cyprus is absolutely different. All right, so you have to put this into consideration. Now let's take a look. Now remember, I mentioned benefits, and for you to be receiving these benefits, I want to tell you that if you do not have your labor card, you will not be receiving these benefits. All right, so you need to try to get your labor card so that you can use it, and always renew it. This labor card is I think you are getting it online. All right, always renew it. Now the benefits you are going to be receiving is different for pregnant women, is different for single ladies or single parents, or maybe single people, and also different from people who have children. All right, now this is how I'm going to break it down. Single people who do not have any child are going to be receiving €261. All right, plus the contract. In case you have a contract and you are single with no child, you are going to be receiving €261. Okay, if you are single and you do not have a house contract, all right, if you do not have a house contract, you are going to be getting €214. But if you have a house contract, then you are going to be getting €261. Now this is the difference. They understand that you have to be paying rent. All right, so I will advise, I don't know how the situation is. I've never been to South Cyprus, but I have people who run away from South Cyprus and others are still there. So what I will say is always be legal, follow the rules, because if you look at 261 and 214, I think there are a lot of advantages that will still follow if you have the contract. Now, if you have a child, you have to be paying 379. They will be paying you, not you paying. They will be giving you allowances, right? €379 in case you have a contract and you have a child. If you have a child and you don't have a contract, you are going to be getting €314. So this is how the benefits are going to run. And if you have a job, in South Cyprus where you already have an insurance covering you, you will not receive these benefits again. Okay, so you have to think very well and be strategic in what you are doing. Now remember, all these things you can only receive if you have a labor card. And now let's talk about the issue of if you don't have a labor card, you may not receive them. In fact, it's going to be difficult, so don't forget this information is very important. Now looking at jobs in Cyprus, Cyprus is bigger. North Cyprus is smaller than South Cyprus, but remember, all this asylum stuff we are talking about is South Cyprus. Now there are cities in Cyprus like Limassol, Nicosia, Larnaca, Paphos. If you want to get a job in Cyprus, it's somehow difficult because right now, as I speak, Cyprus is heavily flooded with international students, with a lot of refugees, like I said. And if you want to get a job, it may be easy to get during the summer, but you have to work for it. All right, you have to work for it. And it may be difficult during the winter because it's extremely cold. Places during the winter are usually very cold. So these are things you need to know. But again, it is not going to be easy. As a student moving to South Cyprus, remember tuition fee is paid in euro and very heavy, at least 10,000 plus and above. And in one of my videos, I explained how you are going to get a study visa. And I said it is your university that will follow up and you get it from Nigeria or Cameroon. All right, in case you want to migrate to South Cyprus. The video is there. If you check, you are going to find it. So please, you have to understand, I have always said that if you don't have a sponsor, if you cannot support yourself financially, do not move to North Cyprus with the aim of moving to South Cyprus. Right now, I have people who are stuck in North Cyprus because they cannot apply for study visas to other countries. Because for you to leave North Cyprus through a study visa, you have to apply for a visa at the Turkish embassy, go to Turkey before you apply for that particular country. That is expenditure. double expenditures, and a lot of people are complaining to me that the immigration don't allow them into South Cyprus. Of course, yes, it is illegal to enter like that, so there is nothing we can do. But again, please do some considerations, think very well before you start any process. It is not going to be easy, but you can always pull through. All right, I hope this video will help you. Till we meet again in another one.